Hi, welcome back. My name is Jessica, and this is Jay Gilly Tarot. You may book a personal reading with me at any time at jaygilly.com. That's JGILLY.com. Okay, so today is going to be a unique, I guess, tangent that breaks away from the norm of my readings usually. So today we're going to talk about money. I don't know. I sat down to meditate, and my guides were like, yeah, we're going to do a quick channeling on finances, predictions of the future, and how to heal money blocks, root chakra blocks, as they are very connected, intertwined with one another. And also to how we can look at finances, money as a spiritual force, an energy, and kind of look at it with a spiritual eye in order to claim your spiritual inheritance, your birthright of abundance and wealth. Um, and this is just gentle reminders for myself as well. So I'm going to take a back seat and let my guides run the show as always. So yeah, energy flows where attention goes, right? And I feel collectively we're all healing the root chakra, feelings of stability, security, safety, especially in the times of our world at the moment. And we all, on some level, are purging and healing the root chakra blocks and traumas, and to stand on our own 2 feet and capable for providing and protecting for ourselves. Um, a level of discernment and decoding in the matrix, I like to call it, is also needed. So, in order to get in a place of vibration and alignment, to see the synchronicities unfold almost like all day, every day. Whenever I know I'm like in full alignment, it's like things you just couldn't make up. It's like boom, 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 numbers, synchronicities. This random stranger comes up and talks to me, things like that. It's just kind of an effortless river flowing. And to take it a step further, look at money as a spiritual force, a spiritual energy, but also, just like they call it in maritime law, everything is spoken and defined in terms of water. We are water. We are born of water. And so, as water, like expounding on what I channeled last video, water is the memory keeper. You can charge water with your manifestation. You can charge it with codes, quantum codes of your desires. This one I pulled for acceptance of what is your contribution to your life situation, to see this clearly, and for guidance to navigate your way through the situation at hand. And we're going to add with money and finances. So the quantum code is 89 space 65 space 215. And this is a great deck by Unapologetically Des. And she has a couple of volumes, I think. And I love it. It's just a great way to start off your day in gratitude. That's another manifestation money technique, is having a gratitude list, being thankful for what you have so you can bring in more. Also, clearing out negative emotions we have towards money already. That saying, money doesn't grow on trees. Well, money is paper. So that was a stupid saying growing up, right? um, but yeah, everyone is entitled to abundance. And that's why, frequency wise, they like to keep us in a lack mindset. They like to use the frequencies of our everyday world, 5G towers, electronics, electromagnetic smog, aluminum in our deodorant, in our foods, to diminish the life force that we have, the connection to source with fluoride, chlorine, um, Chlorine and fluoride calcifies the pineal gland. So we become more distant from seeing it, from visualizing it in our pineal gland. So all these things diminish our frequency, they lower our vibration, and thus creating a situation to make it more difficult for us to attract and magnetize in what we desire. Now, we are actual magnetic beings, right? Minerals, magnesium, potassium, um, all create a more energetic aura, life force, and the magnetizing chakras in our hands and our feet and within our chakras become more agile. They become online more so. And so everything that's like force fed to us is going to kind of lower our frequency. Like, spoiler alert. It can be a bit overwhelming. But the placebo effect of our minds is by far the most powerful superpower, in my opinion. So you start with speaking into existence. You start with gratitude. You start with looking at money from a different perspective. Another card and affirmation that might help is to optimize and balance the energy of the root chakra. The quantum code is 13 space 23 space 251. Another one I pulled was for the acceptance of what is your contribution to your life situation, to see clearly, and for guidance to navigate your way through financial situations at hand. Activating code 89 space 65 space 215. You can take a picture if you want. Okay. And the last one, to enhance clarity and reception of divine guidance, activating code 52 space 484 space 965 space 1023. So the download I got with that card is that if God has to speak to you through other people, then that's not really guidance. And in particular with money matters. So that's a form of maybe handing your power over. So practice a level of discernment when trusting others. It has to feel like truth and resonate on a deep level. Like it's more illuminated to you. It feels right. If it's not an itchy costume energetically. It's not like turbulent waters that you're like, oh, I don't know. Don't go into any deal or financial investment feeling uneasy about it, because that's an energy that you're giving that money to and putting out there. So everything we want to put out in the world, we want it to flow. We want it to have a divine flow so that it comes back in equal and opposite measure. So, yeah, the next cards I pulled were from the Illuminati New World Order deck, because I was like, let's see what's the collective predictions. I got Moonies. We're gonna have to look this up because I really don't know. I mean, I definitely think it's like a synchronicity with money, but I don't know how their reference what Moonies is. I mean, this guy looks kind of like a monk. He's like got a toga on. But okay, they're harmless, they're annoying, and they're watching every airport in the world right now. As their action, the Moonies can interfere in any privileged attack, regardless of alignments. Oh, making that attack no longer privileged. Interesting. So I'm learning something new with you guys. The download I'm getting is that even if you climb high in your frequency, the equal and opposite scruffies, interdimensional beings, or lower vibrational entities are there, regardless of the alignment, trying to make an interference pass. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, especially in the economy, right? Okay, death mask. Whoever wears it can see a slightly different world through its staring eye holes. And when the mask is removed, the different world is the true one. Link the death mask to any magic group. That group can use its action to enter any attack after the dice are rolled. If it could have entered normally, that is. If its power is enough to change the result, that's what happens. This reminds me of that movie, They Live, where you can see like the reptilians for real. I always like envision that like behind the matrix coding of our everyday world that is projected that we see, it's like run down, like gray, tattered city life behind, if that makes sense, vibrationally, especially in the cities. So what I'm getting from this card, obviously, there's been a collective mask that's been taken off from the higher privileged rankings of society, especially with the Epstein files. um, I don't want to say it too clearly so I don't get flagged, but yeah, I think there's been a collective mask and like we can't unsee it. And so researching behind each company, who actually the investors are, and the researchers behind that company, if there's research involved, education, things like that. I always like to stick with sovereign companies that are kind of like grassroots, like swimming against the current, speaking truth. Those companies are going to be transparent in everything that they do and have more of a sense of community and education, not trying to get ahead, but to be in alignment and help others that are like minded principles. So I think we're having a massive recalibration and shift in what's important, prioritizing monetarily, even what we value. And when we do that, the power shifts to us. Um, if we're no longer giving energy to, like, on a level, we need to know AI, right? Because there's a shift happening. But at the same time, it's weird that Sam Altman, I think his name is carrying a kill switch for AI, right? What is he scared of? What's going on there? That's suspect to me, right? So there's a level of balance that needs to happen. I just almost said the word heavy. So maybe we're in a heavy side of the scale right now because the weight of the world's transgressions that have just been revealed, no one knows how to properly process it. It's kind of like disappointing. And the mask is off. You see the monster behind it. There's no stuffing it back in the box, right? So feeding financially is also financially what you desire is also going to fuel your spiritual force, your life force, and your spirituality, in my opinion. They go hand in hand. So if you're investing in something that is positive, that is a benefit to your life, everything else in your life upgrades, has a glow up, but doesn't compromise your values, your morals, and your destiny. The third card I got was junk mail. So it says, "Did you ever wonder what sort of sinister messages might be hidden in that book club advertisement? No? Good. Don't think about it. This group may attack any secret group directly or aid or oppose any attack on a secret group. It gives a +6 to any attempt to take control of a secret group." Wow, this is fascinating. I is this corporate criminal media. I mean, those quick rich schemes and like meme coins in crypto, I feel like, yeah, those are all kind of junk mail investments. It's only going to make the people rich that created it and bamboozled the, you know, average population that isn't well versed in it. So that's the download I get with that one. I'm also getting in 7 months, there will be a big shift in the police force. I don't know why. This will also spark a economic shift as well. Um, I'm seeing there's like a forceful situation that goes viral that's unjust, that will have a lot of people divided on two sides, which is what they're kind of trying to do anyway, right? I feel like they're also trying to perpetuate civil war on top of a World War III, right? Which is kind of already started. Um, yeah, it's almost like a simulation. It's a simulated forceful attack to outrage people, to distract people, and also to drive up certain financial gains in the economy. July, I'm getting maybe July. What's in 7 months? So April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So maybe in July, the forceful attack, the um, police situation will happen in July, and then the financial repercussions from that happen in October. I'm not sure why the two incidences are connected, but I do know that the elites heavily track the full moon and the new moon for financial spikes. The rituals go hand in hand, which I do not support. Let's just be clear. We can all attract money in our own ways without hurting anyone. And in my opinion, money and our relationship with it never goes above the relationship of God, right? As long as you have those two things in check, it's almost like you have to have unwavering trust in the flow, the divine flow of money. Yeah. And I think that the people in power go down the wrong road trying to play God, in my opinion. Red flag number one, when someone tries to play God. Um, okay. So next thing, ooh, I got challenging tradition, the Hierophant in reverse. So yeah, big shifts are coming in. People are not going to be happy about what's transpiring, but it's necessary for the collective to see things as they are instead of the illusion that they want to paint for us. And everyone's going to start taking their power back, especially this summer. I think I channeled in a previous video that a wealth transfer will happen this summer as well. And yeah, this is confirming it. No illusions, the moon in reverse, things will be revealed, more things uncovered. And I got the download just now on mainstream news on top of that, because more and more people are kind of outsourcing their news to more independent places on YouTube and more independent outlets. So I like that. That means that everyone's awakening to, you know, the truth out there. If something, I just heard, if something feels horrible in your gut, don't act. Wait. If it's meant to be, you will see the window of opportunity and jump on it. The curtains will part and you'll know that's for you. But until you know, like truly in your gut, it's kind of like buying clothes. Like it feels perfect. It looks perfect. It's everything you're looking for. You're not going to wear it once and hate it afterwards. You like the fit. I feel like it's the same thing with investments. Um, it's got to just feel like $1,000,000. It's got to feel like you're more confident in it, and it checks all the boxes. So, and if you're iffy, don't go into an investment feeling iffy. That's the worst vibration to take into an investment, because remember, we look at it as a divine spiritual energy. And so it's a current, a flow that will come back to you eventually. So if you're like, ugh, the energy is going to be like, coming back, right? If we're stingy with our money and we don't put it out there and we save and we hoard, 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 it's not going to have a steady flow that comes to us either. So there has to be a nice balance of give and a take. But that requires a spiritual alignment within yourself and understanding you're always provided for. That's that root chakra balancing, healing, working on that in order to heal also the financial aspects that you're dealing with today. Now, some of it is on a collective level and is beyond our control, but is it? Is it with the pineal gland, right? So if we can collectively, with all of our boots on the ground, make a collective shift in the root chakra all around the world, that can be the true full-on transfer of wealth. Okay, now this reminds me, let's talk about XRP, because one of my clients today was asking about that, and I was like, okay, I'm going to make this video for her. All right, because I secretly wanted to be nosy too and wanted to know how XRP is going to do as well. So, all right. Sorry, I keep bouncing around this video. Okay. What can we expect from XRP in the next coming, let's say the next year? Will there be a bull run? Okay, so it's going to have a huge dip soon where everyone thinks, oh, this is not the crypto to invest in. And that's for the leads at the top of the pyramid or the elites to go, or the whales to go buy up a bunch of it. But it's eventually going to have a bull run. Will it be within the next 12 months? Yes. What month? So the first little, it's going to be it's not going to be like a huge bull run, but the first little tiny run will be like bump will be in October. People who had self-control and held on to their crypto, I feel will be cheering and celebrating. So that's good. That's good for me. Can we expect it to be the new Bitcoin? So I got Temperance upright and the Hermit. And I just saw 419 was the number. So maybe go look up that angel number. 419 was sticking out at me instead of 14 and 9. 419 specifically was how my brain reordered it. So I do feel that, Yeah, it's going to be take some patience and persistence with it with XRP, but like I said, there's going to be kind of like a big dip where everyone buys up and they think, "Oh, they're on to the next coin, crypto coin that um maybe Trump like signs off on or something like that." But even now, Trump doesn't have a lot of pull with all the stuff that's been coming out and the bad press um, lately. But I do feel it will pay off in the long run. Let me grab another deck. What else can you tell us, Spirit, about XRP? My camera's shaking all over the place today. Sorry. Also, too, now this kind of like stuck out in my mind's eye. So take it as it, take it how it fits um, and resonates. But I'm getting like maybe that event I was seeing with like the cops, the forceful event, maybe this is something also too with regulation where there's like this simulated, like, oh my God, the SEC or, Ripple or something. I know they've already had one of those like, uh, court cases or legal proceedings. It looks like there might be something like that too, which coincides with the dip where everyone thinks, oh, I'm getting out right now while I can. This is a ruse, it's an illusion, and it's so that more of the whales can go and buy it up cheap, is what I'm picking up. You might want to go look into Bitcoin's history. If XRP is anything like what Bitcoin is going to be in the next 5 to 10 years, it will follow quite a similar trajectory on the climb. So you might want to go see if there was some two major um, legal issues or regulations thrown at Bitcoin in the beginning, because and like time it out with what's going on with XRP, because I feel like it's going to be almost like you can superimpose it on the graph, the profits and or the prices of XRP. It's going to be like mirror image. So yeah, do your research there. Always do your research. Don't listen to me blindly. I'm just channeling. Take what fits, leave the rest. Hopefully you got some confirmation somewhere in this video. But yeah, don't follow me blindly off a cliff for sure. This is just all for fun, and for entertainment purposes only. Um, Also, I'm seeing June is significant in terms of what exactly? What is happening in June? Someone I heard steps down. Maybe this is the issue. Maybe someone at Ripple or someone prominent in the crypto sphere is stepping down from some type of panel or board. And this will prompt people to lose faith in something. Again, just an illusion, just a hiccup. Trust it. Stay steady the course little by little. Slow and steady wins the race, I'm hearing. Any parting messages, Spirit, about money? Don't invest in narcissists. There's going to be a confession by this person that steps down. Lord have mercy. As if we need any more bad news in the media, huh? Find balance. Nurture your money as if it's like a family person. I just heard a person in the family. So have gratitude for it, appreciation, but also acknowledge it as a tool, a spiritual tool at that. I hope this helps. Love and light.